Hey, we are so glad to be here with you today. Our company has a special guest, Miss Joey Wetherbee. Joey, thank you for coming in. Thank you for trusting us. And we have a long track record of helping folks in real estate. This is my 29th year. But every person, their lifestyle, their situation, their property, everyone is different. And yours has been quite the challenge and also quite the reward. And I know there are going to be a lot of jealous real estate brokers because you trusted us and allowed us to be a steward of your transaction. And so I just wanted to ask a couple questions.
Sure.
And just thank you for being willing to share with us today. So,
Glad to.
yeah, well, how long have you lived in your home?
About 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a real home to me. Yes. So I needed special treatment to be able to make this move from a home where I'd been so long to out of state.
Yes.
Not an easy thing.
No, quite a difference and quite a shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as we get older, as we enjoy our surroundings, we get relaxed, we get comfortable,
Right.
we really are happy, and then boom, life happens.
That's right.
And what kind of happened that facilitated you deciding to move?
I decided to move because my family, my 2 daughters and 4 grandkids, all moved to a town in Texas. And they love it. They keep saying, come down, come down. And I finally said, oh, okay, I'll do it.
Good for you.
But I was probably difficult to work with. Because I was pretty uptight about the whole thing.
Well, it's such a big process.
Yes.
And I think we all underestimate the moving parts that are involved when you take such a serious step.
That's right.
And even someone that's just moving, across the street or to a different community in the same zip code, that's tough. But when you're going to a whole nother state, it really is like a lifestyle pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just became a grandfather of 3. We're up to 3 now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I know my wife, if she were sitting in this chair, would say, wherever the grandchildren are,
Yes.
that's where I want to be.
It's where and that's how I feel too.
And that's
I
as it
miss
should be.
them. I really miss them all. But I'm also going to miss being here. I have loved Colorado. I've been here a long time, since early 70s. And so, never been to Texas. We'll see how that goes.
The great state of Texas.
But you've definitely made it a situation where at first I'm going, I don't know, but I think I can do it. And then every time I would get upset about something, you all would come to my rescue. And I seriously don't know if I could have done it without you. I just honestly don't know. But you've all been wonderful. And from being my realtors, you've come to be my friends. And that means an awful lot to me.
Well, thank you. And thanks for sharing from your heart. We're feeling the exact same way. And pretty much in my 29 years, all of my customers have become my friends. And I know that there is, we want to strive to provide the very best service, no matter who we're serving.
Right.
But when you have, you're a widow, your husband served our country bravely, and you don't have the family that were at one time living here, you don't have that support system.
That's right.
So that really left a big opportunity as well as a responsibility for us to kind of step into the next level, if you will.
Yes.
that went above and beyond. Hey, yes, we need to get this person the most money for their home. We need to do it in the time frame that works best for them.
Yeah.
But we also need to make it as hassle-free and relaxing as possible. And
Yes.
that sounds hard. It's actually harder than it sounds.
Oh boy, yeah, it was hard, and I know I had a million questions, always asking a million questions, and sometimes more than once the same question, but you were just so well knowledgeable about it all that it made it, I would say, as painless, a painful situation as painless as possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. It made such a difference.
Well, we probably powwowed as a team more for your move than perhaps any other two customers put together this year. There's always, each situation is different. We always want to go the extra mile for everyone, but you have really tugged at our heartstrings.
Oh.
Because you're not living in the middle of a metro area. You're living in a pretty remote, by choice. And
By choice.
Yes, those of us who live in the country are there by choice.
We love it.
But the weather, the different seasons, there's just a lot going on, and I think we all get relaxed in the way that we live in our homes.
Yes.
Perhaps isn't this, our home doesn't present as well when we're just relaxed and living there as when we get into the game and decide to put it on the market.
Right.
And so we got to all make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you made a lot of adjustments. And we have this program, it's a Concierge Plus, where we have service providers and people that can come in.
Right.
But our clients have to be up for that and help. We have to communicate the big picture of why that's a benefit to you. But I know we had some work, quite a bit of work that was done.
Yes.
Could you talk about that a little bit? Some of the things.
Well, there were inside and outside things that need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And whatever the problem was, whether it was, say we want to update the electric, there was a specialist for that.
Yes.
Who was willing to work very hard to make sure everything was perfect. And outside there was some landscaping that needed doing.
Yes.
And you had someone for that, and just anything that was not quite right. Plus the what do you call it? The
Downsizing
staging.
Yes.
The staging. Excellent. And
Which, by the way, wasn't me.
No.
We have our own professionals
Yes.
for that. That would be Chelsea, Melissa.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, part of the backbone of the Landmark team, and we appreciate you guys.
Oh, I do for sure.
Yeah, it made a difference. And
Yes.
so we take a lot of joy in being called upon to be a steward of helping our clients achieve their real estate goals. But for you, and I know we're not quite there yet. We're kind of in the middle spot, if you will. We've gotten your home sold, and now you're in the process. We're able to get you an extended
Yes.
time in your home with the money in your pocket, so you didn't, you knew that the home was closed, you had the funds, your funds, and now you could button everything up with assurance. Not, some people have to move to the next spot hoping their home closes, and we try to avoid that when we can. And now you're moving down to Texas, and we got to play a role in that. So
That's
kind
right.
of describe a little bit of how that's going.
Well, you helped find a good realtor down there, and the questions that had to do with Texas, she's been able to answer. But the ladies have taken care of me and even helped with some of those things going on down there, and because I knew nothing about it. about what I should be doing or anything like that. And they've been willing to make phone calls and things that I think a lot of places would have just left for me to do.
Right.
They have gone ahead and done it for me, and
Yes.
that's a huge relief. So.
Well, I appreciate you pointing that out, because a lot of people don't realize when you get the services of a team,
Yeah.
a real estate team,
Yeah.
you're getting all of that capacity, all that talent, all that capability, typically for the price of just hiring one broker.
That's right.
So
That's
there's
right.
a lot more that can happen for you.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that can be kind of fast-tracked, managed,
Mhm.
and followed up on in a way that just one person can't do.
That's right.
Especially me. But I think when we get to see our clients experience that success and they arrive in as peaceful a state as conditions allow, it is a stressful process.
Yeah.
We take a lot of pride in that, and I think a big piece of any move, I would call one of the biggest moves of your life. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Oh, yeah, it is in terms of everything involved, selling my house, buying another. That there's so much more to it than I ever dreamed. And at times I was just floored. Well, what do I do? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you guys covered it for me.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you, and I also like the fact that you are a Christian group. That means everything to me, because I know that you're going to be honest, you're going to do the best you can, and I receive that. I'm very happily.
Well, thank you, and thank you for bringing that up. We received that as well, just as happily, and it's awesome. That level of service that is above and beyond is what we strive to provide all of our clients.
Right.
But when we have a sister in the faith that is, at the edge of a huge process that's going to have a lot of twists and turns, I kind of liken it to be like in the old days, a wagon train where we're going from St. Louis to San Francisco.
Yes.
And you've entrusted us to get you there.
Yes.
And along the way, there could be a breakdown. There could be some robbers. There could be some bad water on the trail or adverse weather,
Right.
which we had our share of.
Yes.
And in spite of those obstacles, which really present themselves in different ways, and all real estate transactions have obstacles, some more than others.
Right.
We're thankful for the years that we've done this, that we can generally see ahead and not have things get too extra crispy, but it does, it is a process, and it's a partnership. There's got to be trust. We're trusting you, you're trusting us, we're all trusting in the Lord, which is really nice.
That's the big help right there.
It really does help a lot. And I think one of the stumbling blocks when people think about real estate brokers, a lot of times there's questions pointed towards perhaps a lack of communication. Did you ever experience that?
No, not at all. They kept in touch. I mean, even when things were going smoothly, somebody would be reaching out to me and making sure I was doing okay, making sure everything was going the way it should. That makes a big difference.
Yes.
You don't feel, there's a tendency where you could feel like you're floating in this outer space place, and things are going on, but I didn't understand what it was, always got explained. So yes, I am very grateful, very grateful. Love you guys.
Well, thank you. We're very grateful as well, and I gotta ask, when you look at where we're at and where we started out, as well as where you're going, just for the record, is there anything that we could have done better? Because we don't mind that feedback.
I can't think of a single thing. That's from my heart, I really can't.
Wow. Well, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah, no, I think you guys go above and beyond, where, you know, it would be very possible in a lot of the situations that we came up across, it'd be very possible, not to, you know, to say, well, you know, she wants too much, or she needs too many questions answered, and we've got this covered, but she's just gonna have to sit back and trust. And didn't make me do that.
No.
Came to my rescue.
And enjoyed almost every second of it.
Almost every second.
Yes.
Yes.
And one of the big pieces when you're making this large of a move in all real estate transaction is the lending piece. And we're not lenders. We're
No.
real estate brokers. But because the lending does consume so much of the process, and it's such a big piece, we really try to practice what we like to call situational lending. So a lot of brokers have a favorite lender. We are blessed to have pretty much a stable of awesome lenders,
Yes.
but each has their own area of expertise, because we want to refer the right lender to our client that addresses their specific situation.
Yes.
So I believe we were able to refer Jennifer to you. How has that gone?
It was great. I had a certain amount that I needed to get back from my house.
Yes.
And there were, you know, twists and turns to deal with. She went through and did so much figuring and putting together, and you know, financially in ways that I certainly don't understand, came out on the dollar perfectly. And she kept me aware all the time of what was happening. There were a lot of details that she took care of. I thought she did a wonderful job. I really did.
Good.
Yes, I recommend her. Keep using her.
Well, we like her a lot, and
Yes.
we are able to refer business to her, and she would do her best whether that was happening or not. But having that business relationship and knowing that we can count on her to
Yes.
give our clients the same level of service that we strive to give really goes a long way.
Yeah.
And just like we're not specialists in lofts downtown, not every lender is a specialist in every type of loan product. So it's really important to get you someone that is a specialist with the needs that you have, your specific situation.
She did. She really took care of it.
Good. Well, I'm kind of running out of questions and getting hungry. And
Me too.
yeah, you know, the world today, and I don't know if you've noticed it as much as I have, but a lot of things are changing.
Yeah.
And there's kind of this shift away from human touch and speaking to a live person.
Right.
I don't know, I speak probably as much every day to computers as I do to people. I personally prefer speaking to people.
Yeah.
And, you know, the horizon is full of predictions with
Yes.
artificial intelligence and things like that. I drive a car now that has a button to start it. I really miss having a key. I would prefer to have a car that starts with a key, but you know, to be able to have a human interaction, cultivate a friendship, get a job done that needs to be done with excellence, it's really an honor for us, and we really like to thrive in that human space, and we have a lot of technology that comes into play.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, this is a people concern and a people business. And yes, there's real estate, and yes, there's these other things. But we really strive to serve the person that has placed their trust in us. And so we are thankful. We want to thank you for allowing us to serve you. It's been a privilege.
Well, you've made what could have been a real scary situation as much fun as possible. And also the safety that I felt. I didn't feel like I was falling through the cracks. And that's, you know, it definitely could have gone that way, but you guys didn't let it, so.
Well, we look forward to continuing to help you and just seeing this through until you're waking up in Texas alongside your children and grandchildren. That's going to be a glorious day. It's closer than it feels.
Oh no, it feels close.
Does it? Good. Well, I don't know that if it's always felt close, you know, from where we started, but I'm glad to hear that now.
I couldn't even imagine it when we started. Could not imagine how I could possibly do it. And you guys made me realize I could do it and took care of all the stuff that I wouldn't be able to. So, thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. You know, we're a community service provider, and from cottages to castles, we try to set the bar as high as we can, but we love working with you, Joey, and we are thankful when we get to, I don't want to say toot our horn, but just at least give folks some insight into what our clients experience and how we're able, through the trust and through the professionalism and the experience, to just provide, you know, above and beyond to get you the most money, to make it as hassle-free, and to hit the time frame that you want. So.
And I would definitely, absolutely recommend you to anybody who needs to make a move, big or small.
Thank you.
I definitely recommend your team.
Thank you very much. We would prefer more clients just like you. That's what we would prefer. So,
well,
yes.
I'll clone myself. Send them over.
Well, it's been an honor, and we know the best is yet to come for you. And thank you for trusting us.
Absolutely.
All right, we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.